As you may or may not know, we just went over 2 years full-time RVing. Man, time flies. It sure doesn't seem like 2 years, does it?
No, it sure doesn't. We've had a great time.
So, 2 years is quite a while, and I'd say we've broken in the RV a little bit. So what we're going to do today is tell you guys our top 5 locations that we went, or destinations that we went to, and our top 5 must-have things for RV living that we've found in our first 2 years.
Yes, and make sure you stick around to the end to see the #1 item and the #1 place, our favorite place that we've been, and the item that we don't want to RV without.
Hello and welcome back. If it's your first time here, I'm Scott.
And I'm Allison.
And we are
Jarhead and Ginger's Journey.
We're full-time RVers. We do destination videos, tips and tricks, and all things RV. That sounds like something you'd like. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and come along on our journeys.
We left Okinawa in August of 2020 because his contract was up, and we absolutely loved Okinawa, Japan, and it was really hard to leave, but since we have kids all over the U.S., we decided to go full-time RV, and we picked up the momentum in Elkhart, Indiana, November 9th of 2020. So now that makes 2 years, just over 2 years.
Yeah, just over 2. After we picked it up there at Elkhart, we drove it down here and we wintered in Texas. That was the winter of Snowmageddon.
Yes.
It was very cold here in Texas. They had that 100-year storm and it was like 10 degrees or something here. It was very cold, but we survived it. And so after we left from that first winter, we headed up to the Pacific Northwest. I was born and raised in Washington State. So we wanted to go back up there, and I still have family there, and we also have 2 daughters that still live up there as well.
Yeah, we had a great time visiting family. We spent about 5 weeks up in the Washington area, just hopping around and exploring places. And then we headed east, just across the top states of the U.S., slowly made our way through all the states, and stopped in Hershey for the Hershey RV show. That was a great time.
Yeah, it was. That was our first trip to Hershey, too. It was a blast.
Yes, it was. And from there, we went all the way down to Georgia, and then back to Texas for the winter.
Of last winter.
Yes.
Yep. So we wintered in Texas again, and we didn't learn the first year, and we got snow again. So we've been doing the snow burning thing completely wrong, guys. Hopefully this year is our year for no snow. We'll see. I doubt it.
When we left Texas, after 7 months here, we actually spent 7 months in Texas, we decided to go up north. We went to Wisconsin, and then from there to Michigan. And our plan was from Michigan to make our way over to New England and spend the fall up in New England, but the diesel prices skyrocketed and we had to be flexible. Semper Gumby, the Marine Corps says, always flexible.
That's right. Always flexible. So we changed our plans. What'd we do?
We stayed in the UP for like 5 weeks. We were only supposed to stay there 1 week. We stayed 5 weeks, absolutely loved it, and then headed down to Lower Michigan, explored, went to the Grand Design Rally, back to the Hershey Show, and then we made our way back down to Georgia and went into Florida and did a little rally in Alabama, met up with some friends, and headed back to Texas again for the winter.
Yeah. So that's been our route. We haven't hit all the states yet, and we won't hit Hawaii for sure because you can't drive our RV there. So now let's get into our top 5 destinations and things. Since it's Christmas time, let's talk about some things.
Yeah.
And every product we talk about today, there will be a link in the description for if you guys are interested at all in it.
Yes. Now we had to order these somehow, so we're just going to start with Washington.
We're going on 5 to 1.
Yeah, 5 to 1. So number 5 would be Washington, and just the whole Pacific Northwest. It is absolutely beautiful up there. When you get up there, just the smell of the trees, and he says it smells like home. We really enjoyed our time in Washington. Our favorite place there was
The Wallaby Ranch. Weird. I didn't have any idea that there was a Wallaby Ranch in Washington, and it wasn't there when I was growing up, so that was kind of cool to see. And I actually got bit by a wallaby. It was trying to get my shirt sleeve and got a little too much. And we also got to feed the big old red kangaroo. That guy was pretty cool, but we had a good time at the Wallaby Ranch. That was really odd but fun at the same time.
Yes, we were at the Thousand Trails there near Falls City, and that was also near the Snoqualmie Falls right there. So the waterfalls and the Wallaby Ranch were right in that area, and it was the closest Thousand Trails to Seattle to be able to see all of the family in that area. And from there, what was our favorite product? Fifth favorite product?
For me, my number 5 is the Viair air compressor. I have the RV version because my tires go up to 125 psi, and that thing will definitely do it. It's a great product.
And for me, the WAGGLE pet monitor or the house monitor, you don't even have to have a pet. We got the WAGGLE, and what it is this device that you leave in your RV or your house, and it tells you the temperature, the humidity, if you lose power. It's just a good tool to keep your pets safe, and we would not RV without the WAGGLE or some kind of pet monitor device.
Right. Yep. What's next?
Next, and this is kind of weird for me, our 4th favorite was North Dakota, Fargo to be exact. We had a great time in the quirky little town of Fargo.
Yeah, Fargo, eh? It was a great place, and I can't remember the name of the town that was just across the border. It's like a sister town, and it's just there's a river there. But what we really liked about it was they have a whole bunch of painted bison in the area, and you can go get a map and go find them all around town. That was really, really cool. And the nice little downtown area had a bunch of cool little like breweries and things, and there were just tons and tons of murals in town, and
that was fun.
it was just a really cool place. I was completely surprised how much I liked Fargo area of North Dakota.
Me too. Definitely want to go back. And our products from there, well, not from there, but our products to go along with this.
To go along with it, number 4 product for me is snap pads. I really I didn't have them for the first few months, and then when I ordered them and got them on there, they've been really, really nice ever since. And the feet on my leveling system are still in really good condition.
And this is a kind of an odd one, but we have the RV pantry, and as you know, in the RV, your space is limited, and trying to keep it all organized, things were falling out on move days. So we ordered spice racks, and they just keep our RV so organized, and I really like to be able to put them in alphabetical order and just be able to open the door, reach in, grab the spices without hunting for them.
That is kind of a weird one, but okay.
So our number 3 favorite place was
Hill Country, Texas.
Yes.
It's I'd say kind of in the middle of the state. For the most part, Hill Country is pretty much the middle of the state of Texas. What I liked about Hill Country is there's actual hills and trees there that kind of remind me of the Pacific Northwest a little bit, but it's not flat like it is down here in the Houston area.
And in particular in Hill Country, our favorite little spot was Green, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
When I was a child living in Texas, my parents would take me to Green Hall and go dancing, and I just had fond memories of Green in the New Braunfels area, and that's one of our favorite spots there in the Hill Country.
I thought it was strange when we went there because we asked if we could film, and they had to ask a lady,
the manager,
at some other office. So if you ever go to Green, make sure you get your permission to film there if you guys are doing anything like that. Otherwise they'll, I don't know, kick you out or something. The products?
Yes.
All right. My number 3 product is the TST TPMS. Tire pressure monitoring system. I bought this before we even had the RV, and I personally think it's a day one item. You definitely need this day one, and I put them on all the tires, and we've been running them ever since.
And my product, and since we live in an RV, we have the RV fridge. We opted for that, so we did not have an ice maker in the RV fridge. So we have a countertop ice maker, and that thing is running every day. We love our ice. We love cold drinks. So we wouldn't RV without the ice maker.
Oh. All right, number 2 destination or location or whatever.
Oh, you know, this was a tough one because this was almost number 1. We met up with 3 other YouTube channels in Door County, Wisconsin, and we were there for 2 weeks at the 1,000 Trails there, and we had an absolute blast. That was probably the most expensive 2 weeks of our RV time because we were going out to dinner and breweries and wineries and excursions, and our favorite excursion or whatever that we did there was a tradition called the Door County Fish Boil. Will you tell them about that?
Yeah, that thing was awesome. They catch the fish right there in the Great Lakes, and they cook it outside over fire. And they have this big pot, and they put all the fish, and there's potatoes and corn in there also. And then right when it's about done, they use some kind of gasoline accelerant, and they throw it on the fire so it overboils everything. So all of the oil and everything that's sitting at the top of the water boils over and off, and it makes this big, huge cloud of smoke and big, huge thing of fire. It's a really, really cool show to go and see.
And the food was pretty good too?
The fish was excellent, yeah.
Don't get the chicken, trust me. But that was a lot of fun, and we went there with our friends, and we had a tornado watch or warning while we were there, and we had to sit outside in the rain because we had the puppy with us. It was just a crazy fun time.
And actually, during the dinner, during the tornado warning she was just talking about, this could have been our least favorite spot ever because we had a tree that almost fell in our RV there. That tree literally was, when we got back, it was on the ground and some of the branches were leaning on our RV. It totally missed us. There was no damage, but another foot and we could have been completely wiped out.
Yeah, that was a crazy night. Thankfully, we were protected, no damage. And what's the products to go along with this one?
My number 2 product that we use is, and this is also a day 1 product for me, is our adjustable water pressure regulator. When you get a new RV, it comes with one. They're normally pretty cheap and they don't last very long. The adjustable one, you need to get into your manual and read what your PSI should be. When you get to a new place, set your water regulator on there, make sure it's within there, and then hook up your water. Great product.
And my favorite appliance, and I know a lot of you have these, and we had it before we started RVing, and I would not RV without it, is the Instant Pot. And that's why it is called Instant Pot, not Instapot. That's one of my pet peeves, and I always give everybody a hard time, just jokingly. But the Instant Pot, we really like because all the time really, in RV parks, and we don't like to use our propane, so we can throw everything in the Instant Pot, set it, forget it, come home, and have dinner ready for us.
Yep.
Love the Instant Pot.
Like she said, we're at RV parks all the time, so we've already paid for the electricity. Might as well use their electricity to cook instead of the propane that costs about $3 something a gallon now.
Yes. And now, time.
The last one, right?
For the number 1. Our top favorite place and products.
Favorite place was this year, and it was the UP.
Upper Peninsula
of Michigan.
Yes.
Awesome place. Couldn't believe how much I liked the UP.
Yes. Michigan wasn't even on my radar. I never really thought about going to Michigan. I knew, it's one of the 50 states, so I'd go there eventually, but I did not know about the little hidden gem of the UP, and I probably shouldn't be telling everybody because you're going to want to go there. We, like I said, we were only going to do a week there, and we ended up turning that into 5 weeks, and it's really laid back, and it's like a small town feeling. There's so much to do as far as hikes. There's beautiful waterfalls. There's our favorite excursion was the pictured rocks, or painted rocks. Pictured rocks.
Pictured rocks.
Boat tour. That was amazing. Just beautiful there. We were even looking at real estate there, talking about getting a summer place up there. It's definitely our favorite.
Yeah, it is awesome. And you see the videos and it just doesn't do it justice up there. The water up there was like subtropical water. It looked like Okinawa water in places. It was really, really cool. And the temperatures up there, we were on the 4th of July, we had our hoodies on and it was cold. And then, you know, a couple weeks prior to that, we had our hoodies on when we were going to the Pictured Rocks. We were
Yes.
cold. And man, it was just an awesome summer up there.
Yes. We did not complain about the cold though, because
No.
it was down here in Texas, it was in the hundreds. So we really liked that. I can't wait to go back there. And our favorite products of all time that we would not do without here in the RV.
For me, number one is my watchdog. You plug it into the pedestal before you plug your power in. It'll tell you if the pedestal's throwing good power. It'll also it'll shut the power off to your RV if it figures out that something is going wrong there. It has saved us a couple of times already, and they have a great warranty on it because I've had to have it replaced.
Excellent customer service. And mine, another kitchen appliance, is the Cuisinart air fryer. It's like a 7-in-1. It toasts, it bakes, it convection bakes, it air fries, it does everything but the dishes, I think. It's huge. It's our biggest appliance, but I love it. We use it all the time, again, because we don't want to use our propane. We use the electricity. We can take it outside and cook to keep the heat out. It's just so versatile. It's our favorite.
It's number one, top dog. Yeah, I can't believe the size of that thing, but it makes a mean frozen pizza.
Now for 2023, after we're done here in Texas, we're not doing January in Texas. Our plan is to go to Florida. We're going to do the RV Super Show in Tampa. So if you're going to the RV Super Show, leave it in the comments. We'd love to meet you. And from there, we're really not quite sure what we're doing. We're still trying to sell our momentum, and that's going to be a big factor in deciding whether or not we're going to go to Alaska for the summer.
Got my fingers crossed on Alaska, guys. If not, we're not quite sure what we're going to do. But we're kicking around a few ideas. If
Yes.
you have any ideas, if we don't sell the momentum and plan on not going to Hawaii, where are you guys going to be this summer?
We'd love to see you.
Yep, let us know in the comments.
Hello, I'm Mark, and I am The Country Life with Columbus Mark. Join us next time on Jarhead and Ginger's Journey.